Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled by a dense forest, lived a humble carpenter named Eli. Eli was known far and wide for his skilled craftsmanship, but it was his singing that truly set him apart. His voice was as clear and melodious as a songbird's trill, and his tunes would float on the wind, drawing villagers and animals alike to stop and listen. Despite his talent, Eli was a lonely man. He lived alone in a small cottage on the outskirts of the village and rarely interacted with others, except when selling his craft work in the market. His only companion was a small songbird that lived in a cage by his window. Eli named the bird Melody, for her songs echoed his own and filled his quiet home with warmth and music. One day, as Eli was carving a piece of wood, he heard a sharp, pitiful chirp. He looked over to see Melody lying still at the bottom of her cage. Eli rushed to her side, but it was too late. Melody had flown her last song. In his grief, Eli decided to craft a special box from the rarest wood in the forest to bury his beloved companion. He worked through the night, pouring all his skill and sorrow into his work. As the first light of dawn peeked through the window, Eli laid Melody to rest in the beautiful box and buried it beneath the blooming cherry blossom tree beside his home. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the music had left Eli's life. He worked in silence, and his once vibrant home felt empty without Melody's chirping filling the air. One day, while Eli was at the market, a strange woman approached him. Dressed in a cloak of leaves and carrying a staff adorned with feathers and stones, she was the village's wise woman, a seer known for her knowledge of the mystical. "I heard about your loss," she said, her eyes filled with understanding. "But do not despair. A songbird's spirit is free, and their songs live on. Return home, Eli, and listen carefully." Puzzled but hopeful, Eli hurried back home. As he approached his cottage, a melodious sound reached his ears. It was a song he knew well, a tune he had often sung with Melody. Looking around, Eli spotted a beautiful bird perched on the cherry blossom tree, its feathers as white as the blossoms themselves. Eli's heart swelled. Could it be? Was this Melody's spirit returned? He began to sing, and to his delight, the bird echoed his song. Word of the miraculous songbird spread through the village, and soon, people would gather around Eli's cottage, not just to buy his crafts, but to hear the beautiful duet. Eli was no longer lonely, and his home was once again filled with music. He understood then what the wise woman had meant. A songbird's spirit was indeed free, and their songs truly lived on. And so, with renewed hope, Eli's life became a symphony, a melody of love, loss, and the enduring power of song.